Hello, and welcome back to Silverback Salvage. How are we all? So, we are back in the DST workshop. Dan has kindly let us use a ramp again. So today, what are we on with? We're gonna finally fix that sticky gearbox issue, hopefully. I mean, this one has a little bit of resistance, but it's nothing like the one that we've got at the minute. So, hopefully, we can get that changed, get that whipped out. It is a bit of a pain. To do it, we've got to take the prop shaft off, exhaust off, and all the heat shields. Battery tray's got to come out as well, and all the air intake's got to come off. So I'm going to put you on time lapse. I'm going to start ripping apart the engine bay. Let's get going. First things first, we are going to take off, get this gear gator up, just so we can get to the 4 bolts that are underneath, and see if we can get this ashtray out as well, just to give us a little bit of extra room. So we start off by pulling up that gear gator. It's held on by a Jubilee clip right now because we've already had this off once, but normally it's held on by a single-use clip under there, but we've replaced that anyway. Gear gator off, and you'll be able to see, hopefully, that we've got 4 bolts holding this in. There's one here, one there, and one there. So just going to get the Torx thing, see if I can get the ashtray out, and then that should give us some more room to get in there. So by the looks of it, we just got 2 T25s holding this in. So crank those out. We'll see if that is even holding in. Yeah, it looks like it is holding in the cigarette lighter, so put those in the centre console for a minute. Okay, so taking that out gave us pretty much no extra access, but it should be fine. Give that a little clean out while we're in there anyway. But yeah, so those 10mm bolts have got to come out in a minute. But yeah, you can see that this is what happens. The gear stick just stays where you put it. Backwards and forwards is fine, but it's very stiff side to side. So we said we'd had the wheels done as well, so how much better do these look? In a nice light anthracite. Not too dark, but nice. I think they go well with the car. So, yeah. Big thanks to Raw Coatings out near York, or out at York. They turned it around in a day. Literally dropped the car off with them at 8:30, and it was done by 4:30. So yeah, great service from them. So that's it, we're in the engine bay now, so we're going to take off the engine cover, get the air intake off, then we need to remove the battery box. This is to give us as much access as possible to get to those gear cables underneath. All in all, this part of disassembly was quite easy and actually only took about 5 minutes to get to this stage. Alright, so we're all done in the engine bay now, so we're going to get the car up in the air, start taking the stuff off underneath. Like I say, we've got heat shields, prop shaft, and the full exhaust has to come off. It looks like it has to come off all the way from the turbo. So, tricky. So first things first, let's get that exhaust off. It's got to come all the way off from the turbo by the looks of it, so it could be fun. Some of these nuts look pretty crusty, so, well, the bolts themselves as well look like they've got no head left, so we might end up grinding those off. I've got some replacement bolts here, so we should be okay. So start by taking the back box off. Well, if you can call it a back box, that tiny little thing with a massive pipe running through the centre of it. But we get that back box off, and then we start working our way forward on the exhaust.
Now, as you can probably tell from the previous clip and this clip here, these bolts were absolutely knackered. There was no head on them at all. So I ended up having to cut them all out, and then I just knocked them out with a punch once I got the heads or the bottoms off of them.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm going to try and show you. So this centre exhaust hanger, if I put you there, where are we going? Up there. But it's got no bolts in it either side. It's literally fucking held on with hopes and dreams. Which is nice, isn't it? Right, so the next plan is, rather than taking the downpipe off all the way back from the turbo, because it's the bolts up there are pretty crusty, I'm just going to take this off, and I think we might be able to then get enough pull back on the downpipe and the sports cap to get the prop shaft out where we need it to be. We'll want to keep that one for later. I don't think we're getting much movement on that. Gives us a little bit of side to side, but that's about it. So I need a little bit more movement on this, and I think the only way that I'm going to get what I need, try and see where you're looking at, is to buzz this hanger off so I can take this bracket out the way. That should then give me a little bit of drop on that pipe, just on the flexi, so we're going to give it a go.
So I actually lost about an hour and a half's worth of footage here of us taking the prop off, taking the heat shields off, and pulling those cables out. So the point you're at now is just putting everything back together once we've got the cables seated back in. So yeah, unfortunately, that's what happens when you buy SD cards. You never know. Sometimes they just crap out, unfortunately. So you may notice that we have the prop shaft on a set of transaxle stands at the minute. Now we've actually got it on two, because if you know anything about these props, where they join in the middle can be an absolute nightmare if you pull that out. So we made sure that stayed secure, made sure it stayed attached, and we actually zip tied it to the second transaxle stand. So with the 1M10 bolt, I managed to get out of the cat without cutting. I wanted to try and make some bolts that were the same length. So what I did here was got two nuts, tighten them up to the length I wanted to be. Then I could buzz them off with a grinder and take those nuts back off, and then it would give me a nice thread to put the nuts back onto when I needed to. So yeah, then again, carried on in the reverse order of what I did before, fitted the full exhaust system, put all that back in, and then I went on to the under trays. And yeah, I made a bit of a boo-boo with the under tray. I did spend about 3 minutes trying to work out why it wasn't fitting, by the way.
Right, that's everything back together. Look, Dan's over there pretending he's welding, look, making it look like he's doing something. But so everything's back together underneath the motor now. So we've got the exhaust all the way back. all the way down there. Prop shaft's back on, all the under trays are back on, as you can see there. Got to weld the bracket back on here, and also we found, can't really see it very well, got a hole here in the exhaust, so it's blowing there. So Dan's going to weld that back on and fill this hole for me, weld that back on. We'll do that in a minute. Then we'll put this bracket back on here, and then I can start assembling up top. So while we wait for Dan, well, that's a spooky light, isn't it? While we wait for Dan, I'm just going to clean up this, get this ready to weld for him. So we're going to start with the finger sander, getting this bit flattened back, and then we'll get the flappy disc and we'll clean this bit out here. So yeah, let's get going.
Then Dan sent me up in a lift. I bolted all the linkage up together. While I was doing that, Dan welded up the hole, fitted the brackets for me nicely, and made it all good. So then we're back on assembling everything underneath the engine bay. So basically everything I did in reverse order, well, I put it back in now in reverse order to what I took it out. So I start off with the 13mm on the gearbox linkage at the front, then I put the battery tray back in, put the battery in, get that connected up, air intake on, and engine cover on.
Right, so we're all done under the engine bay. We're going to give her a start, see how she goes, see if we can find all the gears. It seems like we can while we're in the car, so fingers crossed. As you can see, absolutely filthy. So let's go.
And just like that, all was good in the hood. So that's it, just a couple of days later and a nice polish. She looks gorgeous. She's up for sale now and we're moving on to the next one. If you do follow my Instagram, which I'm going to tag below, you'll have seen our next car's arrived. So here's to that. Let's get going, shall we?